guys, we are live on Pennsylvania Avenue in front of the White House, where a coalition of activists are blocking the road to try and prevent the motorcade from reaching the Capitol. This is a direct action coalition of groups, different groups.
Thinking that we are putting the tax dollars that are killing people across the country because of the U.S. war machine, and we are gone! Criminals, war! Criminals, war! When I say Joe Biden, you say word criminal! Joe Biden! War criminal! Joe Biden! Today because we're done with what this country is doing abroad to our brothers and sisters, and we say, not in our name! Not we say, not in our name! Joe Biden and the Democratic Party and every one of the people in government right now are doing is shameful, is cowardly, and it is not representative of the people that are in this country. They have made it incredibly difficult to represent our voices. You want to know what voices they represent? The corporations. That's right. Not ours. And we say no more. No more. Genocide. Joe. Genocide. Joe. And I say genocide. You say Joe. Genocide. Joe. Genocide. Joe.
I'm with friends. It's comforting, but when I saw the names of all the children in Gaza who have been killed by the Israeli Defense Forces, it gets me every time, because as I understand, this is the first conflict that WCNSF was created, Wounded Child, No Surviving Family, and that's why I wish I could write all their names on my arm, but my body's not capable of it. But Hind Rajab, age 6, stuck in my mind. Madiad was the first kid I heard of back in October, so yeah, these are people's kids, and I want to understand when we said never again, it meant never for anyone, but it's still happening. So yeah, that was my emotion.
And what message, what do you think about these politicians who, despite how many innocent Palestinians have been killed, they continue to support for Israel and continue funding them? What do you think about these politicians?
I'm ashamed. I was a Democrat, idealistic. I believed in their message. I voted uncommitted. I believe that means we're on the right side of history, uncommitted to genocide. I'm grateful that the state I'm from, in Illinois, Senator Durbin was the first one to call for a ceasefire. I'm just ashamed that the majority of senators still haven't gotten behind that. I'm sorry to the people of Palestine and other countries that we've occupied or supported their occupation, because we're supposed to be better than that. We should do better.
We cannot become blind to what we know will happen if we continue to allow our own money, our own tax dollars to fund genocide, colonialism, and imperialism. As a trade unionist, I am here to implore other trade unionists to stand saying that we should be scared of all the crime. But the crime is them. It's not us. The crime is them. Sitting in their big, pretty buildings and saying passing one piece of legislation is too much. You're making me work too hard. How dare you not let my motorcade through the Washington streets? Oh my God, how dare you? How dare you ask me to do something nice? I must make more and more money so that I can save it up and not have to work. How dare you asking me for work? You go work. You go work for me. You go make my meals. You go deliver my meals. And by the way, while you do that, I'm going to tax you for it and kill people in Palestine. Shame! Genocide abroad, but you're killing our people in our country too, and across the Americas, and people across the world, and we're sick of it. Enough is enough. We're tired of it.
First of all, what's up to Status Coup? What's up to John? You've been doing great work. Last saw you in Atlanta. We were trying to stop Cop City. Yep. And I bring that up just not because we were both in Cop City. Stop Cop City, baby. Get him to say stop Cop City. All right, stop Cop City. But it's tied together, actually, because when we were in Cop City, what we were talking about was the Ghillie program, where we had police in Atlanta who were being trained in Israel. And what was happening is that they're doing Cop Cities all around the country. It's not just Atlanta. Atlanta protesters are at the forefront of the Stop Cop City movement, because what they're going to do is turn cities all across the country into mini Gazas. That is the road ahead. I'm not being hyperbolic. That's the road ahead. And I say that for the people who are genocide is not enough. That young kids in the rubble are not enough for them to be moved. They say, why don't we focus on what's going on here? What's going on there will go on here. And what's going on there and the billions of dollars taking away from infrastructure here. So I reject the argument intellectually, not just morally, but intellectually, that these are separate issues and these issues don't concern us. Having said that, it almost hurts to go into that argument because I'm Jewish, by the way, and my first protests were in these streets in 2014. 2014 was a big thing for me because I was lied to. And I don't even know if my parents knew they were lying to me, because I think they were just telling what they were told. I didn't know anything about a Nakba. I didn't know anything about genocide. I believed, growing up, that Israel, we had kibbutzes on desert land that was settled on. I didn't know people were killed. I didn't learn that until I became a grown adult. And what happened is in 2014, for people who don't know, there was a massacre. And when I went to my parents would say this: yes, they're kind of liberal, right? Yes, Israel's doing some messed up stuff, but there's atrocities on both sides. That's what I was told. There's atrocities here, there's atrocities there, both sides. So, it all evens out in the wash. Well, not quite. And then in 2014, I started looking at the math, and it was 1,500 civilians that were killed who were Palestinian, and 6 civilians. So I went back to family members, and I went back to people and said, well, this don't look like two sides. 1,500 to 6. If there was a basketball game and it was 1,500 to 6, it'd be like, that was a massacre. It was a genocide. There's no such thing as a 1,500 to 6 score, but if there was, we'd call it a genocide. But as it is, we use massacre as a metaphor. And I said, okay, you know what? This ain't right. I started doing research of apartheid and all that very late in life. And I went out to my first protest in these streets in 2014, and we didn't have these cameras out here. We didn't have John Farina out here like this. We didn't see what was going on in Gaza. And that was, for me, my coming out party. And since that time, and I say this as a Jewish person, because you hear a lot of Jews are out here, and they say, not in my name. Not in my motherfucking name. No. I was raised on the Holocaust. I was raised on never again. So this is a little personal to me in many ways that maybe a lot of protests I cover aren't directly personal, though, you don't need something to be personal, know something's wrong. However, as a Jew, this is unacceptable. I was raised on the Holocaust. I was raised on those movies. So for people to mistake anti-Zionism, for anti-Semitism, offends me both intellectually and morally. Because that's some bullshit, and what's happening is Zionists are weaponizing anti-Semitism and literally putting it in an IHRA definition and legalizing it to equate critique of Israel with anti-Semitism. That couldn't be further from the truth. So one of the great things to come out of this is not just the outpouring of millions, but from an anti-Zionist Jewish perspective, we've had thousands of anti-Zionist Jews in these streets redefining that claim that's in the news that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitic, because it's complete bullshit, and we've destroyed that. And tonight you just saw a beautiful display of people coming around from all around the country. I just interviewed someone from California. I interviewed someone from San Francisco, 2 different spots in California, all over the country. So this is beautiful. And I'm glad you can make it down here from New York. And the last thing I want to say, Jordan, the work that y'all been doing at Status Coup has been amazing. You are going where other people aren't. You are going where people are suffering, whether it is in Flint and talking about the water, whether it's in East Palestine, that everybody forgot about. But we'd have money for those places if we weren't spending billions to kill people. So I'm going to done with my rant right now. And I appreciate you, John. I appreciate Status Coup. And listen, you're welcome here in D.C. anytime. Thank you so much for coming down, bro.
Thank you very much, Chuck. Right. And just tell people where they can follow your work.
So I'm at ChuckMoD1 on Twitter, similar on IG, and we post. We try to get the word out. So if you're familiar with Status Coup, if you're familiar with the incredible work that they do, you know, these are brothers. You know, I'm doing the same. I don't want to say brothers because we got sisters too. Desiree, we got sisters too, right? The point is, we're trying to give you the truth.
Yes.
That's what we're trying to do, and the truth starts on the street. And so that's what I do, and it's great to be a colleague of yours doing the same type of work at ChuckMoD1.
That's right. We can't rely on mainstream media anymore.
We can't do it.
The truth comes from the independents.
The truth comes from the independent media. The independent media. What Status Coup does, we're interviewing the people.
Right.
In the street, not the people in that building saying lies. Right. Now when you turn on the news, they interview police, they interview military personnel, people born to tell lies. And we're giving you the people's perspective, and we believe that's where you're going to find the truth.
In regards to what's happening in Gaza is nothing short of inhumane. These people have no regard for Palestinian life. They have no regard for people who are brown, who are like me, who we've seen before, even in Palestine and in other places. There's absolutely no regard for human life when we're not dealing with other white nations or Western nations. And it's shameful. And you can get hourly updates even with new videos and new atrocities, with people coming from every type of NGO, every type of humanitarian organization saying, we've never seen anything like this before. People who have gone to conflict zones, people who have witnessed genocide before, say we have seen nothing like this before. And if I showed you the chats that I received from my own cousins, they say the videos and the pictures don't even do it justice. The absolute horror that Israel, the Zionist state, has done to my people.
We know the numbers, 13,000 plus children dead, 35,000 people dead, 100,000 dead and wounded. These numbers should be unacceptable for everybody. We have demands. Genocide, Joe, we have demands and you need to listen to them. Our demands are permanent ceasefire now!
We will not stop until they are realized. Look at us. We have the power because we know that while Joe Biden will stand in front of millions of people and gaslight the American people, talking about the state of the union being prosperous and being well, we know what our state of the union is. The state of the union is genocide. The state of the union is militarism, is war, is thousands and thousands of dead
legacy of genocide.
That's right!
That legacy will haunt him for the rest of his life. And that legacy will haunt every single representative in that building who is not just silent, but who is complicit in the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. And let's be clear, this ethnic cleansing has been going on for over 73 years. And we're out here tonight. And we've been out here almost every day for the last 152 days. And we're not stopping.
They are clear that's the only reason that our people can't afford to have the lives that they deserve. That our people can't afford to live with dignity, can't afford food, can't afford housing. There is enough money in this country for every one of us to live full and beautiful and dignified lives. But we can't do that if Joe Biden destroys the full and beautiful and dignified lives of people in Palestine. And that is why we are here today.
In the actions of our government, if he had the political will, President Biden could end this genocide today. The majority of Americans and the rest of the world demand a ceasefire, and we demand an end to aid to Israel.
That's right.
This is money that should be used on affordable housing, on affordable health care, on robust education. Instead, the Biden administration chooses to fund death. And you can claim that you're horrified about what you see as much as you like, but as long as you continue to fund genocide, those concerns are nothing but empty words. We call that hakifali. So how many Palestinian deaths will satisfy you? Another 30,000? 50,000? 100,000? The Biden administration is the genocide administration. And genocide is the highest form of racism. So clearly we have no problem with supporting fascism abroad, and we well know that it has its repercussions here in the United States.
The state of our union is clear that that is not where our money belongs. That our people deserve funding, that we deserve housing, that we deserve health care, that we deserve education, that our military does not deserve all of our money. That is the state of our union. And Joe Biden is ignoring that. Tonight and every night, Joe Biden is ignoring the thing that Americans are actually united around. That we do not believe in this genocide. That we do not believe in this genocide.